I'm Kelly and welcome to Kapowski Reads, and this is my quarter 3 reading wrap up. I really am awful for doing monthly wrap ups, so I feel it works better for me if I try and just do one at the end of every 3 months. So I am going to be wrapping up my reading for July, August and September. September was an awful reading month for me, and I feel that that's going to bring down my averages, but here we go. During quarter 3, I managed to read 43 books. I was kind of worried that my reading was going to, or at least my reading volume was going to go down, because I started a self-study course in July and my reading has reduced. I've lost reading time. Like, that sounds really harsh. Like, I'm using my free time elsewhere. I have quite a bit of studying that I need to do, so I have less time to read. But 43 books, that's fantastic. I'm so happy with that. I have gotten through 13,842 pages. Again, that's amazing. I'm really just kind of surprised. But here's where I'm less enthused, is my average rating for my books in quarter 3. 3.18 stars. That feels so low. I feel like anything that's 3.5 or less feels low. Because I know if I give a book 3 stars, for me that's saying it's fine. And that's fine. But you kind of want to be like, I liked it 4. Or I loved it 5, but like I'm not dreaming of getting 5-star average for a quarterly wrap up. That feels impossible, but would be amazing. And my most read genre, I don't know what this was. My most read genres for this quarter were fantasy with 11 books, thriller with 8. I don't think I've had thriller on my quarterly wrap up. Not nearly as high, but you know, good for you, thrillers. And LGBTQIA+ with 7 books. I kind of love that fantasy just, it feels like no matter what, fantasy is always there. It's always there for me. Mystery is usually quite up there, but not this quarter. I feel like perhaps some of the mystery books I read have sort of been classified as thrillers. That's the only kind of rationale I've got there. I also really like to break down my format of reading because I am a fun person to be around. I am trying to make my way through my physical TBR, and I feel like it helps me to really see the stats and see, am I doing what I want to do? So for me, it's helpful. I have read, of the 43 books I have read, 21 of them were books that I already owned. I am delighted with that. It's not quite half, but I will take it. 21 books taken off of my unread stash and found themselves either on my shelf or in a charity shop. Hopefully on their way to being beloved by somebody who is not me. I'm delighted with 21 physical books. I also had 5 rereads, which were mainly Agatha Christie, I think. 5 NetGalley. I need to get better at reading my NetGalley books. I'm terribly behind on that. Only 2 ebooks from my own collection, which is shameful because I'm meant to be reading at least 1 a month. 2 does not equal 1 a month. Only 1 library book, but I'm kind of okay with that because I know last quarter I sort of thought to myself I'd focused a bit more on reading books from the library when I really wanted to reduce my stash, and I'm trying to find a way to sort of marry the 2 goals up. I had 5 audiobooks that were from my own collection, 3 audiobooks that were from the library collection, and 1 Audible Unlimited pick. I really like this little pie chart. There's something about a little chart that just pleases my soul. I also really want to share my favourite books of quarter 3. Of my favourites, 2 of them I don't own in physical form, but when my low spend year is over, I would like to remedy that and I would like to get my little mitts on my own copy because I absolutely loved these books. First is Exalted by Anna Dorn. This book was just chaotic in the absolute best way. And I can just see myself loving this author. I can just see it. I think we're going to be besties. I also loved Four Eids and a Funeral, which was by Farida Abiki Ayamidi, who is already one of my favourite authors, and Adiba Jagirdar, who I've not read anything else by, but I want to because I love this book. But the other books that were my favourites I own, and they were Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. There were no extra points for a floppy paperback, but if there were, it's getting some. As is Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Huang. This is a very pleasant floppy paperback. Absolutely loved both of these books. They were a little bit scarier, a little bit creepier, but that's what I want and that's what I love, and I absolutely adored both of these. And my last favourite, I'm kind of using 4 books in one. It is the Red Dwarf Quartet. I absolutely adored these books. They were just so nostalgic and joyful and silly and fun. And I'm rewatching the series. I'm already up to season 10 because I love the series. I'm really making my way through that rewatch. But it was a delight to read these finally. They did not disappoint. I normally end my quarterly wrap up by talking about how great I'm getting on with my reading challenges for the year, but I'm not. I'm getting on so badly with all of my reading challenges. September really just did it for me. September just was not my month, and I kind of fell off. I kind of lost my momentum. I didn't get anything for Kayla's Buzzword, didn't get anything for Crush Your Kindle. My reading 24 countries in 2024 is a distant memory. I only got 2/3 of my diverse baseline read in September. I'm gonna just try to get myself a little bit back on track in October and November, December. But I don't think, if I really think about it, I don't feel I'm gonna get to succeed in most of my reading challenges. I think that this is the point in the year where I maybe admit to myself that I tried to do too much and I didn't really have enough time or kind of access to the books that I wanted to read for the challenges. But I tried, and I'm gonna try for the last 3 months too. But I think I'm very much accepting of the fact that I might not achieve all of my goals, and I'm okay with that. I will achieve some, maybe, hopefully. At the very least, I will achieve having a fun reading year and reading books that bring me joy. Please let me know what you have loved reading recently, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!